In this video, I'll show you my exact testing strategy to know if a channel is actually going to blow up or not. We use the exact same thing on this exact channel right here, which we posted, here we posted 2 videos, then here another one, then here 2 again. And this channel kind of blew up pretty quickly with like 5 videos, then got monetized and is now doing around about $100 to $120 very consistently every single day. It has made $1,400 already with the highest day of $180 in one single day. Now in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can test faceless channels and actually make sure that you're posting videos that will actually, make money somewhere down the line, and not like most people where they post hundreds and thousands of videos and never make money from the channel. That's the last thing we want. So in this video, I'll show you my exact strategy. Now for the people who don't know who I am, I'm Stefan, 23 years old, currently making between $30,000 and $40,000 a month, constantly building new channels. As you guys can see here, just recently monetized 4 new channels. I've made just $42,000 with just 2 videos. I've built a channel from, no joke, like $0 to $48,000 in just 30 days, which was absolutely crazy. Then I've helped hundreds of other people do the exact same thing. For example, here Martins, who I've helped to make $31,000 in one single month. Here a student, $24,000. Here another one, $12,000. Here another one, $4,000, and many, many more. Now, if you're looking for the same results, check out the first link in the video description. Book a call with me and we'll have a look if it makes sense to work together or not. Now, with that being said, I would say let's jump into the niche testing framework. This is one of my favorite things to actually explain on YouTube because this makes a massive difference in, will your channel actually succeed or not. So I follow this exact process with every single niche I get into to avoid spending money on videos that will never ever work. Many of you guys know the feeling, or many of you guys know these channels that have posted 100, 200 videos and they still not even monetized or like getting 100, 200 views a video. And that is something that is very frustrating. And with this whole strategy here, we avoid it, right? So the first thing we have to do is niche research. Now, we have a bit of a criteria when we're doing niche research. Like when we're kind of choosing a niche, we want to follow this niche research criteria. Otherwise, this will not work from the beginning. You have to keep in mind, all right? What you want to look for is there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means that there's high demand and low supply. You have to understand that YouTube is a marketplace and every single marketplace has demand and supply, all right? And YouTube is a marketplace of videos. So we're looking for specific niches where, there are a lot of people that want to see it, but nobody is doing it, right? So that's what we're looking for. Now, we're also looking for that there are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. The reason for that is very, very simple. If there are a bunch of channels with over 100,000 subscribers, the problem is that YouTube already trusts these accounts. YouTube already knows like, hey, the audience loves the videos from that channel, so we'll just keep pushing that channel and not the new ones, right? There are no smaller channels failing. Why is this so important? Because if there are a bunch of smaller channels failing, why should you succeed with YouTube? Right? That's a very, very good question you should ask yourself. Why should you succeed if you do the exact same thing as all of these small channels that are failing? Then the niche is not older than 6 months. In most cases, if the niche is older than 6 months, like here, these will be crossed and not ticked, all right? Then I can create better videos than my competitors. This can also just be longer. We'll get to that in a bit. Then am I actually interested in this niche? This is not a must as long as you build a team that actually has interest in that specific niche. Then is the niche monetizable? Otherwise, you're not going to make any money in that niche, okay? And then it's obviously a huge bonus if you can post long videos in that specific niche. Now, very important that this does not need to be 1,000% with all niches you find. Very important. Reason for that is very simple. If you're going to try to hit this 1,000 times, like 1,000%, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to find a niche that is actually good. All right. Like a niche that you can actually go into, not actually good, but don't try to get this to 1,000% every single time. Very rare that you will be able to find a niche exactly like this one. All right. Then tools I would recommend for niche research are NextLev, which is like 13 euros a month, and then vidIQ, Free plan is enough. I have a bunch of videos on this channel showing you exactly how to use these tools. I'll link them in the video description as well, but I would highly recommend them. Okay. Then what we do then is we need to choose a account, like a different account on which we want to post videos in. So we have new accounts, we have personal accounts, we have aged accounts, and we have pre-monetized accounts. New accounts are brand new accounts you can just create right now. Then we have personal accounts. Personal accounts are basically YouTube accounts that you have been using for a very long time to, just watch videos on YouTube or something. That's a personal account. These accounts are the most powerful accounts you can get on YouTube. Like, they're literally not any accounts that are more powerful than personal accounts, because YouTube knows that you are a human behind that account. So your trust score, or how much YouTube actually trusts you, is going to skyrocket. Then we have a aged account. You can get them on aged profiles. I don't know if I can say the link. I'll just stay quiet. But yeah, you can buy these accounts. You can buy these accounts. They, just very old accounts from 2006 to 2009. So also pretty good. Often have a pretty decent trust score as well. Then we have pre-monetized accounts. These are accounts that are just basically already in the YouTube partnership program. These are accounts I would not recommend for people to start with. All right. If it's your first channel, I would not recommend you to start with a pre-monetized channel, because they cost a bunch of money and there is a high chance that your first channel is going to fail. So rather start with a new account or a personal account. One of these two is kind of the best bet for you. I would start with one of these. Then what we need is 5 to 15, not 10, but 15 video topics. But we need good video topics, not just any video topics, but actually good video topics. Now, how does a good video topic look like? So what we have to keep in mind is that there is supply and demand in video topics. So supply and demand is not just important in your niche, but also in the video topics you choose. All right. Very important, because, if there's no gap in supply and demand in this specific, in your topic, nobody's going to watch the video, because YouTube is not going to push it, because there's just too many videos for the demand, if that makes sense. Now, how do you actually go ahead and find demand for video topics? So you look for recent outlier videos on competitor channels. For that, again, you can use vidIQ and NextLev. Then you look for recent trending formats, okay? And very important, do not copy the most popular videos from competitors one-on-one. Why? This is what everyone does, and I promise you, if you do that, you will fail. And this is a big mistake that many people that are just starting out are doing. All right, they're just going ahead and copying the most popular videos of their competitors. Now that's the problem. Everyone is doing it, so there's way too much supply for the demand. All right, very simple. Now, how do you find supply? You use your YouTube search bar and look for how many people have actually created the exact same video on that topic, okay? If it's been done more than 3 times and you don't have a different angle to that specific video, you just go ahead and you look for a different topic. It does not make any sense to create another video on that. Why? Very simple. Because YouTube will always show the videos to the hardcore fans of that niche first. And if they have already seen that video multiple times, there's literally no reason why they should even click on that video, except if it follows a completely different angle, okay? Now, how does a perfect topic look like? A perfect topic resonates with your audience. So you have to ask yourself, does my audience even want to watch this kind of content? Some topics sound interesting on the surface, but are super boring. So make sure that your topic is not boring, because otherwise you're going to have a very bad average video duration. And again, YouTube is going to think, okay, this video is not good enough and I'm not going to push it out. All right. So make sure that your topics are not boring. Then your topic has to be posted on time if it's a trend. So if you go, for example, into the celebrity drama niche, and there's a drama happening in January, you cannot go ahead and post a video on that in March, because everyone has already created a video on that, firstly. And secondly, most people aren't even interested in that anymore. So you have to make sure that your topic is posted on time, all right? Then we want to repeat what has done well in the past. So we have one student, his name is Andre, where we we literally just repeated what worked. So we had one specific video topic or video style that did very, very well. And we did that over and over and over and over again. And he just recently hit $30,000 a month, which is absolutely insane. So if you're interested in working close with me, check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me and we'll have a look if it makes sense to work together. But doubling down on what works is absolutely insane. So many people think that you cannot create a single, like let's say, for example, 5 videos on one topic. If you're just a little bit creative and you just try to think outside the box, for most video topics, you can create multiple videos on them. You want to do that over and over and over and over and over until it does not work anymore. All right, so 80% of your content is actually going to be content where you double down on what has already been working, and 20% of your content is going to be new things that you're testing. Okay, then we want to leverage negativity in our videos. Why? Because humans respond better to negative things. It's just normal, Humans have to act if there's something negative. So if there's a lion behind me, I have to act. If there's no lion behind me, I can sit here and record my videos. All right. So this is kind of how a perfect video topic looks like. Very important. I write all of these things down. All right. Then, now once we have our 5 to 15 perfect video topics, we actually go into the content creation part where we write the script with ChatGPT or, no joke, literally any kind of AI software that whatever you want to use, all right? Then for the voiceover, we use 11 Labs, right? Or we also just use here Gen AI Pro, which is even a cheaper version of 11 Labs. So here, for example, you get 1 million credits for $22. Very, very cheap. Voiceovers are very decent. We use them as well to test niches. So check it out. I'll link it in the video description. So this is going to be an AI voiceover. All right. They, by the way, completely fine and you don't have to worry about that. Then for the editor, we're always using a freelancer. We pay round about on average $15 to $30 per video. All right. Now these videos are up to 30 minutes long. Okay. Now these prices are very kind of depending on how edited the video actually has to be. So in most cases, I go into very simple niches. So I only pay $15 a video. Okay. But these are the average prices our students get from the freelancers we actually hire for them. Okay. And then we have a thumbnail, or for the thumbnail, I would recommend a freelancer, okay? If you have some experience, you can also just do the thumbnail yourself. But if you have never ever in your whole life created a thumbnail, then I would recommend a freelancer who's gonna charge you maybe like $5 for a pretty decent thumbnail. The thumbnail is the most important thing. So we always want to make sure that our thumbnail is actually good, otherwise nobody's gonna click on the video, okay? Then, what is also extremely important is the video length. So we always want to have our video 1.5 times longer. So if the competitive video is 10 minutes, we want our video to be 15 minutes. Why? Because our video has a better chance of keeping the viewer on YouTube for a longer period of time. And because of that, YouTube is going to push our video way further than it would push this video. All right. Then for the thumbnail and the title, these are two things that many people go wrong with, and that's why their channels fail. For the thumbnail and the title, we always want to work with specific things that have worked in the past. So we do not want to randomly create a thumbnail and the title. We want to go ahead and actually do niche research, or not niche research, but thumbnail research. So we go ahead on YouTube and we literally scroll and we look for like trending or not trending. We can also look for trends, like when it comes to thumbnail styles, but we're specifically looking for thumbnails that have already worked in the past. Okay. Same thing goes for title. These two things are the most important thing. If you mess up on this, your video, there's no way your video is going to get views. All right. They always say, don't judge a book by its cover, but on YouTube, like literally everyone judges the book by its, or the video by its cover. All right. Very important. Now, once we have these things done, okay, then we actually go into the posting phase. Now, people always laugh at me when I explain this to them, because everyone always says like you have to be as consistent as just possible with your posting and all of these things. I say like, hey, be as inconsistent with your posting as just possible. Why? Because we want to show YouTube that we are humans and not some AI bot that spams out videos on autopilot. Okay, so that's fine. we post, skip, post, skip, post, post, skip, post. So we do not have any consistent pattern. We want to move away from that. Again, because otherwise YouTube is going to think we're AI. Okay? Now, one of two things is going to happen. By the way, you want to do this until you have all of your 15 videos posted. Now, one of two things is going to happen. In the beginning, especially currently, we're not seeing a lot of views in the beginning. And then YouTube starts pushing our videos and it completely blows up. Now, once this year happens, that is when we are going to continue to post videos. All right. Now, once this year happens, in most cases, we are basically already monetized, which is super powerful. All right. Because, you know, the next videos we're going to post are then actually going to make us money once we're monetized. I always say, like, you just need one video to get monetized. One video. That's all you need to be able to get monetized on YouTube. All right. Now, if this does not happen and there are literally no views, do not delete the videos from YouTube. All right. So you leave the videos on YouTube because there's still a chance that the video or the videos in 5 months from now actually start to get views. YouTube is very funny. Anything and literally anything can happen on YouTube. Once this happens, then you start posting videos on this channel again. All right. But yeah, very rare that, you know, this happens, but it can happen and we want to give it the chance for it to happen. Okay. Now, there are specific reasons why a channel might fail. So it could be your niche. So if you currently have a channel that failed, actually go back in this video and try to understand if your channel fits the niche criteria. Because if it doesn't, then you know, okay, for the next time I'm going to go into a channel, I have to make sure that this year is actually on point. Okay. Can be your video topics. So make sure to go back and check out, hey, does my channel actually, or do my videos actually, are my video topics actually good? Or your packaging, or your video length, or maybe it's a bad channel. So in case of these videos not doing well, you can post these exact same videos on a different YouTube channel to have a look if they may be going to actually get views there. I've had that a lot in the past already. We had, just as an example, a gymnastics channel where I posted the video on a different channel and it got like 5 views in 3 days. And I deleted the video. I posted it on a different channel because back in the days, like 2 years ago, I was already doing this. But I posted the videos or that specific video on a different channel and it got 1 million views in the first 30 days. So this can be very powerful. Okay. So if you're not getting any impressions, take the videos down and post them to a different channel. Now, in case of a channel failing, you always want to go back and try to understand why did a channel fail. All right. Now, if you use this strategy for long enough and you test, and you try to understand every single time, why is my channel failing? Trust me, you will start to blow up faceless YouTube channels. All right. Now, in case of a channel actually failing, we actually go back to niche research and we start this process again. And we go through this process as many times as just possible. I kind of, you know, I read a book and that's where I saw it. So let's say, for example, we have a good boat. That's where I kind of came up with this strategy. All right. There's a good boat and then there's a bad boat. All right. Now, the good boat actually wants to, you know, get rid of the bad boat. So what many people always do with most of the channels they start, they load up everything they have and they shoot a massive shot and they miss. Now, what we do is we rather take like just a few videos and we shoot into a bunch of different directions until something hits. And then we double down with what already worked. So then we shoot in the same direction again and the boat sinks, just as an example. All right. So testing on YouTube is one of the biggest and the most underrated strategies that you can go into, because you're not going to lose a lot of money if you just test 15 videos. All right. Because you learn, you repeat. Okay. So rather test and learn very fast than, you know, test very slowly and learn very slowly. Okay. I hope this makes sense. This is kind of a strategy that we, you know, follow with our students as well, which are absolutely crushing it. So as I've said, like if you're interested, you know, in working close with me, maybe scaling your channel to 4K a month, maybe here to 8K, maybe here to 1 million views every 48 hours, whatever you want, maybe here to $25,000 a week. That was absolutely crazy. Here, $25,000 a week. like check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me, and we'll have a look if I can help you to get, the same results. Obviously, a lot of work is needed for this as well. Have to put in the work. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.